Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my review of two very cool LEGO Star Wars sets, the Ambush on Mandalore Battlepack and as Vizsla and Moff Gideon battle. These two sets are quite literally made for each other, so I thought why not just put them in one video, for convenience. Are these two worth your money though? Because this big boy is a whopping $40. Justified? Let's find out together in this video. This wasn't sponsored by LEGO in any way, all opinions are my own. Now let's get straight into it. The boxes have a similar style, both having the Mandalorian caves in the background. Looks quite nice. The box of the Battle Pack is surprisingly small though, smaller than the usual Battle Packs. On the sides and back there are some additional angles and details as usual. Now let's open these up and see what's inside. The Battle Pack comes with quite some stuff, plastic bags, some separate plates and the instruction manual. And the other features 3 numbered bags, the instruction manual and a little sticker sheet for detailing. This almost could have just been one set at this point, but let's not waste time and get straight into it. First of all, some objective information about these two sets, starting with the Battle Pack. This tiny package came out June 1st this year, comes with 109 pieces and retails for $20, 22 euros, 20 pounds and 34 Australian. Not gonna lie, us here in Europe are kind of being done dirty. In dollars though, you're paying 18 cents per piece, which is a big yikes, but I'll explain why this is in just a minute. It weighs 85 grams, so that's about 24 cents per gram of LEGO. Crikey. 4 all new minifigures are included though, and this is where that money goes towards. Again, more on that later. Then, the Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon battle also came out June 1st, comes with 289 pieces and retails for $40 and euros, 35 pounds and 60 Australian dollars. Here we pay 14 cents per piece, and as far as weight goes, we're looking at more or less 17 cents per gram of LEGO. Little better, still interesting though. This set also comes with 4 minifigures, all of which are brand new once again. I'll be talking some more about this pricing later on during the pros and cons. Now, these sets are based off the final battle in Season 3 of The Mandalorian, where the Mandalorian heroes face off against Moff Gideon and his troops. The larger set of the two specifically represents the scene where Paz Vizsla absolutely smokes a bunch of Imperials with his blaster, but unfortunately later is defeated by Gideon's guards. They are cool scenes and deserving of some cool sets, especially for the unique looking characters. Building these two sets was decent, nothing much out of the ordinary. They're both relatively small and simple builds, so there aren't any super interesting aspects to them. Some stickers were included, but they really enhanced the overall look, and I understand why at these price points they can't just throw in prints all over. I spent about an hour putting both of these guys together. The Battle Pack's build surprised me in its size, coming in at 18 centimeters wide, 8 centimeters deep and 6.5 high, whereas the larger set is 20 centimeters wide, 6.5 centimeters deep and 12.5 centimeters high. Before putting them together, let's first talk about them individually, beginning with the smaller Battle Pack set, and more specifically, the minifigures. In this set are 2 Mandalorian warriors, a male and female version, and both are brand new. We're getting some beautiful shiny printing on the torso and legs, they look very detailed in that aspect. It is unfortunate we don't have arm printing however. The helmet printing though is very solid as well. We've honestly come a long way with these Mandalorian helmets. They feature rangefinders of course, and the dark metallic jetpacks. Underneath those is also a nice print which unfortunately is covered up. And underneath their helmets are black faces, which I don't love. I get it though, these guys are anonymous, they can't remove their helmets anyway, but still, some generic human faces would have been a little nicer, I feel. Overall though, I absolutely love these, especially that they come in such a cheap set. Here they are combined with a few other Mandalorians from previous years. Next, we have 2 Imperial Commando troopers, including a brand new helmet mold even. That is quite insane for troopers that aren't really that important to the story. Their torso printing is super detailed and very accurate, the same goes for the legs. But again, we're not getting any arm printing that would have really finished these guys off. They come with very nice looking jetpacks, which consists of 2 pieces. And these are printed, not stickers. Underneath the helmets though, again, no faces. And this time we can't use the argument of their anonymity. Anonymousness? This is where my English knowledge is abandoning me. Anyway, quite unfortunate, but here we are. In general, however, these look sick, and I can absolutely see people wanting to build a small army of these, or a small force. Then now the Battlepack build. Sometimes we get a sort of speeder or a little ship. This time it's the terrain type of Battlepack. This is obviously representing some rock work inside the caves of Mandalore. As far as color goes, I'm not sure this tan color is super accurate per se, but I love the looks and I wouldn't know what other color is better, so it's a bit of a guess really, which I fully support in this case. It's a very simple little structure that's pretty much exactly what it looks like. On the side is a little control panel of sorts made using two little lights. There's a clip in place for a larger blaster, which is always nice to have. And finally, the highlight for me is this clear bent rod element. I can see this as both a play feature as well as a display feature. You can attach any minifigure you want to this and move it around like so to make it seem as though it's kind of flying around through the sky with their jetpack. You can attach them however you want for whatever purpose you want. I really like this. It adds a new unique kind of aspect to it, which is good because without this it might have been a tad too simplistic. Besides, for me as a display type of person, I will make great use of this in that regard. There is a tiny little crate that comes with the set, inside of which are two printed thermal detonators, and lastly this turret with on it a stud shooter. Very simple but adds some playability. On either side of the landscape build are clips, and this is where you'll attach it to the other set which we're looking at today. I'll show you that after taking a peek at the Vizsla and Moff Gideon battle set. We'll begin with the craziest figure of the bunch, Moff Gideon in his armor. They absolutely went the extra mile with this guy. He's got a brand new helmet mold and it's looking wondrous. Super badass. I love the red and black together, and it resembles the on-screen presence very well. The printing overall is looking really good too, nice and detailed as expected, and also he comes with a super cool jetpack piece, this time in black. Underneath the helmet is Moff Gideon's face, thank god, along with the secondary expression on the back. You also get his hairpiece, which is nice if you're choosing to remove his helmet. He didn't come with any weapons though, but of course, as we know, he ends up using one of the Praetorian Guard's staffs, which is included. Incredible looking guy, I love this. Then Vizsla, and surprisingly a little bit of an updated version since we last saw him. He looks super cool and bulky, as he should. The helmet print is wildly detailed this time around, and well, what can I say? The printing overall is just really good. Apart from the lack of arm printing, again, missed opportunity here. He has that massive jetpack which is brick built, and this blaster as well featuring the orange tip. I'm guessing that's meant to represent his gun overheating after he, well... Underneath the helmet though, another black head. Again, I understand why, I'm just not a fan of it. And lastly, two Praetorian Guards featuring two different weapons. I just always love these all-red troopers and guards, they pop so nicely. These helmets are brand new of course and look incredible. And the details are good all around, the backside is simplistic but it works. And underneath the helmets are red faces this time, which is kind of good I guess, because that way you won't see some weird skin color peeking through the cracks. Although of course it is kind of weird that barely any of these characters have faces, but anyway, apart from their weapons, these two are identical but look super cool. Now, as far as the build goes, there's a little bit more to it this time around. Most importantly, its size, of course. It's basically a piece of bunker embedded into rocks around it, featuring a large blast door of sorts. The door can be pulled up like so, and when it's up, it'll be locked in by this knob. When you push down on this lever, it drops down again, shutting the door. I love the looks of this door, though it resembles the real thing very well. In general, I like that there's quite a bunch of smooth areas in this set, even though it's still pretty small. There are some interface type panels, one printed on the front and one on the right here, which is a sticker and shows off some sort of blueprint of Moff Gideon's light cruiser. Additional stickers are the white light details above the blast doors and these red accents on the inside. And above this tiny indoor section is a turret featuring two stud shooters and a little seat to place a figure on. It can spin around all the way, and if removed, it has some space to store your extra studs and maybe Moff Gideon's hair when you're not using it. On the left side is a red lamppost too, by the way, and finally a clip to store whatever you want, a gun, a staff, you name it. And this set also comes with one of these crates with inside two thermal detonators. And well, that seems pretty much it for this set then. Putting these two sets together can be done in various ways, either on the left side like so, or on the right like this. I personally like it more on the right, it feels a bit more natural like that, but really you can attach as much as you want to this. That's kind of the fun aspect about these sets. It also allows for some creativity, since if you have a few of these sets, you're left with a bunch of useful bricks to build your own rock sections or bunker pieces. And well, that is kind of what LEGO is supposed to be at the end of the day. This set really leaves plenty of room in that aspect. So well, that is basically it as far as these two sets go, I would say. The stuff you're getting is really good, but is it worth the price tag? 40 plus 20, $60 for both of this? Yikes. Let's go ahead and talk more about that in this next chapter, the pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
First, the good. The figures are absolutely fantastic. I feel like that's almost objective at this point. There's also plenty of room for play and customization, which is something I very much respect. And it's decent looking for what it is. It may not be big, but what we do get is accurate and looks as good as you'd expect. But then the cons, and one is quite obvious, the price. Let me start by saying these sets are both very heavy on minifigures. It's pretty clear to me that'll be the reason for many people to buy these sets. And I have found there's this general idea that $5 for a minifigure is accepted and some kind of normal, and I can get behind that. The battle pack in this case comes with 4 minifigures, meaning you're basically back to $0 if they're deducted from the set, and you're left with $20 on the bigger set. So if you look at it that way, it's not nearly as bad. However, we also know that battle packs used to be cheaper, and that's what makes this sting a little bit, especially since in Europe it's even more expensive. Euros already are more expensive than dollars, let alone a higher price in euros. That's crazy. But this is something you need to decide for yourself, to be fair. I can absolutely understand someone seeing the set and thinking, in no universe is this worth $40, and really, if I look at it like that, that's what I think too. I just really love the figures, and that's my sole reason to buy this set. So again, what you're getting is good, you just need to decide for yourself whether or not it's worth $60. If you enjoyed this video, make very sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.